Hi, and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. And we talk about experimenting with lineups early on, DB. What are some examples of that?
Well, you can have two extremes, right, in the modern NBA. Most teams need some sort of small ball lineup that they finish with, but we are also increasingly starting to see teams play with multiple bigs on the floor. You have to be able to have multiple tools in your toolbox.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got ABC. Reckley is out there with Flash, and it's Tolliver in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Down low, got a piece of it. Here's Greer. And here's Joseph for three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And that's exactly... what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Now, here's Milton. Last game we saw him score 13. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for two, Milton.
Free throw good, Milton. Free throws good for Milton.
This guy is such a professional, right? Goes about his business in a highly consistent way.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Inside. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Miami shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Shooting for Miami.
First free throw is good. And so he hits both. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Six on the shot clock. Driving in, a rebound by Greer. It's been a quick start for Miami. Rackley the pass to ABC. To the middle, here's Tolliver. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Tolliver's got 6 points.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
For Miami, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. And the dunk by Joseph.
and credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Now, here's Milton. Here's Holmes. Gamble grabs the miss.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's 7 points for Joseph.
Impressive. 5 straight makes. Love the play calling here.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Holmes. Milton looking around. And it's denied. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Joseph. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you got to love that inning.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Milton over Joseph. Off the mark, and the drop continues.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And good that time. Joseph's got 9 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so the time. Out here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Change here. Whitmore's checked in. Now here the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
Gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Now Milton. Here's Holmes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Rackley. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Gamble. Whitmore with it. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 13-footer, and it's Miami with another.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And here is Milton. Washington sets the pick for Milton. Pass to Washington. To the inside. Here's the Wizard. No good, unable to end this run. Miami leading by 15. Tolliver the pass to Flash. Back to Tolliver. Good ball movement here by Miami. A rebound by Washington. Here's Milton. To the paint. It's tipped. The Wizard. Good on the shot.
Terrific move. He sees the opening and doesn't hesitate.
For Miami, they've gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. Inside. Here's Tolliver. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Now here's Petrus. Still yet to score. Pass to Washington. Now Milton. 5 to shoot. Immense concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Boy, it looked like the D was going to get to that shot, but what a job he did to change his release and get the lay-in.
Now Whitmore has to Gamble. .1:15 left here in the first quarter. Here's Whitmore, defended by Milton. And it's Whitmore missing. In the early going here, pretty dreadful, 22%. Washington kicks to Petrus. Pass to Milton. To the middle. Here's the Wizard. And the layup's good off the glass. The Wizard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Whitmore. Here's Rackley. On target from 13 feet.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Now here's Milton. Whitmore defending. A shot by Milton, no good.
At some point, do you start to think about getting others involved? It has been a struggle.
Tolliver for three. Buries it from three-point range. Tolliver's got 11 points.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And so it's Miami in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
You've got the Wizard out there with Toppin. And it's Petrus in at the two-guard spot. And for Miami, Flash out there with Rackley. Then it's Winslow, and it's Greer in at the four slot. Now here's Joseph. There's the triple. Toppin pulls it in. They've got Toppin. Wizard out there with the Wizard. And it's Petrus in at the two spot. Miami leading by 16. And for Miami, they've got Rackley. He's out there with Flash, and it's Winslow in at the three spot. Pass to Joseph. Back to Tolliver. Over Milton. Tolliver, no luck. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Three-pointer, Petrus nailed from three-point land. Petrus has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Now that's his second foul, something they need to be mindful of moving forward. Do they change his matchup?
Well, it was Miami winning their last game against California.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
A shot by Milton, no good.
pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, looking at the Eastern Conference this season, as much uncertainty as I can... Remember, with regard to the pecking order, with injuries shifting the balance of power, things very much up in the air. And there's some up-and-coming teams seeming to sense an opportunity to make their move.
Certainly something to watch. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Tolliver hits them both. Now, here's Milton. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. The 17-footer, and he drops that one in. Petrus has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, when this guy has got his rhythm, he can be tough to guard.
Milton against Joseph. Here's Tolliver. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Milton with it. Pass to Petrus. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Out to the right wing. Tolliver for 3. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Boy, this guy making the most of his chances here, really giving his team a lift.
And here is Milton. Sinks the three-pointer. Milton's got 7.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now, here's Joseph. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Rackley. Down low. Here's Tolliver. And that one is hammered home.
Flying high and throwing it down. with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Pass to Petrus. Connects from three-point range. Petrus has got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Reckley. 11 points last game. Back to Tolliver. Shakes him. Toppin pulls it in. Gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Pass to Petrus. And finished off by Petrus.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Here's Reckley. Here's Winslow. And it's off from three-point range. Now Petrus. Pass to Milton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
First personal foul.
Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Monday and then on Wednesday. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Milton. Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions, only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
Joseph against Petrus. Joseph looking around. Greer tipped back in for 2. Greer's got his first bucket in this one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And so the timeout here by J.D. Bickerstaff. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Petrus against Joseph. And Holmes throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Here's Whitmore. Not going to go that time. Gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Pass to the Wizard. Here is Petrus. He's covered by Joseph.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Both shots good from the stripe.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Over to the left wing. Tolliver dishes to Joseph. Crafty move. Good ball movement here by Miami. 43 seconds left in the first half of the game. Oh, good with the triple. Well, they're at 45%. Petrus, the pass to Holmes. To the inside. And Holmes throws it down.
That's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Pass to Tolliver. Back to Whitmore. From the top of the key, he buries it. Whitmore's got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
And so it's Miami holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Taking a look here at Miami, couldn't have had asked for a better start. I love the focus and they're determined.
Come on, man. It's been 2 games. You can't judge anything by that.
And let's dig into the first half now. Things looking pretty good for Miami.
Putting this through the box score, the Shaq supercomputer, the passing has been A-OK.
Well, I don't have a Super Shaq computer, whatever that is. But the eye test is very easy. They're sharing it, and they've checked their egos at the door.
Same thing I came up with.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Now, here's Milton. We've got the Wizard. He's out there with the Wizard, and it's Milton in at the point guard. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. Now here's Petrus, trailing here by 8. Pass to the Wizard. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3, and that one's good from Petrus. Petrus has got 15 points.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
And to me, he's just playing smart, efficient basketball, really helping his team hang around this one.
Now, here's Joseph. ABC passes to Joseph. There's the screen. Lets it go from 14. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Joseph's gotten 5 of his 7 shots to fall. Joseph against Milton. Here's Petrus. A beautiful reverse layup. 17 points in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Bounce pass, Joseph. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. ABC passes to Joseph. The shot from the low post is good. Joseph's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Listen, this guy's a barometer for this team's success offensively. They go as he goes.
Pass to the Wizard. And Petrus kicks to Milton. Now, here's Holmes. No good on the triple.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Greer passes to Joseph. Here is Tolliver. The 19-foot shot, rebounded by Holmes. Pass to Milton. Petrus with it. 17 points in the game. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Oh, he is red hot right now. Defense has got to lock in.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Winslow's check in for Miami. And Miami has possession. They led by as many as 18 points. Milton against Joseph. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Now here's Petrus, guarded closely. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Greer passes to Joseph. Here's Gamble, covered by Petrus. Takes it off the glass. And now a 9-point Miami lead.
Yeah, love the job they're doing here of getting into the teeth of that defense.
And here is Milton. 9 points in the game so far. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey, this season, new broadcasting deals are kicking in for the NBA. Commissioner Silver said we dramatically increased the number of primetime broadcast exposures to a level almost unthinkable from my early days in the league. In fact, the NBA is now set for basically nightly national broadcasts. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks for that update. Here's Greer. Pass to D. From outside, off the mark. Now here's Petrus. D right on him. The quick look, no good that time. Miami leading by 9. Here's Gamble. An easy 2 points on the layup. Gamble's got his second bucket tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. Petrus, the pass to Toppin.
Here is Petrus. He's got 19. That one good for 2. Now Joseph. Pass to Gamble. Here's D, covered by Petrus. And here is Joseph. Back to Winslow. Outside, Joseph. Over Milton. And another basket for Miami.
Boy, every time he goes up now, it just looks like the shot's going in. He's perfect from the field in this quarter.
Right wing. Here's Petrus. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 at that basket.
A dominant quarter, but he needs some help.
Now here's Joseph. He's got 17. Pass to Gamble. 1:25 left in the third. A nice shot by Winslow.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
To the paint, here's Walls. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for Miami. They led by as many as 18 points. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the third. Pass to Gamble. Back to Joseph. Pulls it from the elbow. And he hits the jump shot. Joseph's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Milton with it. 9 points in the game so far. 11 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. The three. That shot off. And so it's Miami up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Right back after this break. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. Winslow is out there with ABC. Then there's Whitmore. Then there's Rackley. And it's Tolliver in at the 5. Washington sets the pick for Milton. Pass to Washington. Inside, the Wizard. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Here's Rackley. Here's Whitmore. Here's Rackley. He's covered by Washington. Here's the screen. Back to Whitmore. Pulls up on the wing. A Wizard with the rebound.
Let's say he has not been at his best, but they're winning, and that's all that matters.
Here's Milton. A three-pointer off the mark.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room. Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide-open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
Now, here's Washington to the middle. That's in. The Miami lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from the Wizard.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
On the wing, Whitmore, defended by Milton. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. That's 7 points for ABC.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Miami.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
All free throws good for Milton. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Pass to Winslow. Now Whitmore. Back to Winslow. Here's Rackley. They set the screen. And again, Miami with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Gone 2 or 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Holmes setting the big for Milton. Pass to Holmes. Back to Milton. Now Washington. Holmes setting the big for Washington. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Tolliver the pass to Rackley. Jacks up a 3, and again, Miami with the triple.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. The shot's good for Milton.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Miami leading by 15. Here's Rackley. From 17 feet out. And here's Milton. It's deflected.
Boy, this guy has not had a great night, and it really has weighed the entire team down.
They set the pick. Here's Whitmore. Rebounded by Holmes. Gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Milton finds Washington from downtown, and it's Miami with the rebound. Tolliver's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Pass to Rackley. Fires away from way outside, from beyond the arc, and then some. Rackley's got 9 points now in just the second half. And about 43% here in the fourth quarter. Here's Washington. Puts it up from deep. It misses. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Whitmore with it. Here's Gamble. Clock at 6. From deep. No good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Washington from 19. That one goes. Now Whitmore. Now a timeout called by Miami. Miami making a change here. Milton against Joseph. And the layup is off. Gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth. Oh, good on the layup. Miami leading by 16.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Miami.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3. And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Joseph.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
There's 47 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Petrus. 6 to shoot. It's deflected. And it ends up out of bounds. No keep possession.
Home team ball. Substitution on the court.
Seconds left in the game. And there's the 30-second shot clock violation, so they give up possession. .29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Joseph, the pass to Flash. So Miami takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. But first, let's reveal our player of the game